Hi, I'm current Spicefreak Sloss, and I'm back again with some old content from a previous recording session, but I'm getting very low on my backlog of videos. This is one of only 2 remaining, and when that's all done, I have finally finished that arduous computer upgrade I was working on, so I should be able to finally edit the footage of my long distance chili eating with the various friends that you've seen in the past, and maybe some new ones as well. We shall see. Today though, you're going to be looking at some Naga Viper sauces. 3 different ones, and, well, we'll tell you in the video who they're from. But before we tell you that, I'd just like to say I found one more since then. This is Venom from Henry's Hot Sauce, made by Sean Overthrow. I'm not totally sure why he calls himself Henry's Hot Sauce, but he does. And yeah, we'll get to this in the very next video. Until then, enjoy the old footage. You're allergic to spices?
Yeah.
You should really have told me this in your first video, Alex.
Why I sneezed. I'm allergic to lactose.
That also should have been made clear in my first video.
I said that when you said that.
I'm not sure, I might just kick you out.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm current Spicefreak Sloss.
And I am Lol Grim.
Yep, and today we're back for another episode of Grimsticks. Woo! With 2 bowls this time, because we're trying a couple of different Naga Viper sauces. So the first one is from my good friend Jed, more commonly known as Gerald Fowler of the Chili Pepper Company. He was the original grower of the Naga Viper, and so he makes a very pure Budjalokia and Naga Viper based sauce that really just gets across the flavour of his world record holder and very little else, to be honest.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it's 3 ingredients: a Budjalokia, vinegar and Naga Viper. So, very straight to the point. He owns a copyright on both the pepper's name and its likeness in the UK. So, there isn't another sauce like this on the market, and you don't get many interesting things done with the pepper either. If you want something particularly interesting, you have to go to Sweden, like I did, for sharp hot sauces, Viper sauce, which is a green one made with pickle, I believe. What else is in here? Grön paprika, as in green pepper, Naga Viper, jalapeno och spansk grön chili, pepper, saltgurka, which is your pickles, lime juice, vinegar, log, procedure. None of this is in English. I'll put up the English ingredients later.
I like your...
I did read these online before.
Impression of them.
But I don't remember. What I do remember, however, is it says Javligd stark saus on the front. Don't know if I'm getting the pronunciation right. But basically, that's about as close as you can get to saying bloody hot sauce.
Right.
In Swedish. And I will beep most of that word out, because a lot of people consider that a swear.
Ah, beeping now.
Right, so we've got a plate, so we can shake them. We've got a jigger, as it's called, basically a shot measure.
A jigger.
So I can measure out 2 shots of each, so that we got just the right amount. And hopefully, it won't all stay in the shot measure.
Just the right amount. Just got fast into it.
Ish. It took a while to get going, but it's doing it.
Is it empty now?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was in fact the whole bottle. This is a 50ml bottle.
You know you could have just emptied the bottle into the thing.
Yeah, but I didn't read that it was a 50ml bottle beforehand. Screw you.
Omega lul.
Right, so it has left a little bit in there. So, just to be sure, I'm going to use the other side twice for the other sauce.
Right.
But before we get to that, let's actually try this one, shall we?
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to do our usual extra bit on the last one, because we don't have any extra. We're completely out of this sauce.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for this one.
Right. There we go, look at that.
So look.
That is
That...
covered in redness. So yeah, we're going to die.
Works.
So,
Ugh.
Mango Lassie for you.
I didn't wake up thinking I was going to die today, but okay.
That was your problem. You should have written your will ages ago.
Although, if I was confident, I'd say, today is a good day to die.
Yeah, but it's not, is it? What day is a good day to die?
Thursday.
Interesting. Just so you know, it's Wednesday today, so
I know.
you can die tomorrow.
But as well then. Just a little bit covered, but oh well. It's nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's very ghosty, but
Might dip some in there actually.
the Naga Viper is. It's got a bit of fruitiness to it, that sort of acidic sort that the Scorpion has. But again, it is part Scorpion, so that's unsurprising.
Well, when you buy into it, like you kind of like feel the wave of like this is hot sauce.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's almost kind of like mist.
It's like an 8 out of 10, this sauce. Given that that is a mostly ghost pepper sauce, with just a little bit of Naga Viper, the Naga Viper heat comes through surprisingly well.
Well, I mean, so far it's fine, but it can give you this ominous like, you've been warned. Oh, thank you.
Right.
I said one of the drenched ones.
Hey, I do in a moment as well, you know.
Yeah, but I have to have two though. I don't mind, to be fair. Just in case.
Yep. And actually, I'm going to have to wash that plate after this, because if you look, it's covered in the Naga Viper sauce. We can't be mixing them.
Oh yeah.
So we will have to take a break between the two sauces, but I'll make it as quick as possible. Okay, camera? Final one. Drench it as much as I can from the second bowl, and there you go.
That's pretty drenched. Oh my god, it's coming through now. Woo! I'll try to do the same, but that'll do. To be fair, it is really nice. I give it a high in the flavour rating, but oh, going through now.
Yeah. It's one of my favourite chilies for con carne.
Right.
That and the pasilla for its sort of raisiny fruitiness.
Okay, it was fine, but that third one's got like...
Yeah. Well, feel free to have some last. It's just don't use it all, because there's other sauce in the way.
Oh, well. It was fine, and then no, it wasn't. That's nice. Your hand is just like drenched.
Yeah, that's why I'm not moving it. Because I don't want to get everything else covered in this sauce.
And my mouth is burning like... Ooh.
So what heat rating would you give that?
Oh. I mean, it was fine at first, but now it's such a sting. I'd give it like a 9, 10.
Fair.
I'm going to give it a 10 actually, just because of how much it hurts. Why?
I'm sorry. I didn't realise this would do this to you. For something that's mostly ghost, that's remarkably hot.
I mean...
I'll be back in a moment with clean grog. We can move on to the next sauce.
I mean, I'll live. Of course,
And hopefully that next sauce, not being quite as pure on the chili, will hurt you a little less.
Ooh.
So that's everything cleaned up, and we're back for round 2. The Sharp Hot Sauce Viper, with its green chili and dill pickle and God knows what else. I think actually they're pickled gherkins. That's what the gherkin bit was about.
Well, I mean, I'm not a fan of gherkins and burgers, but I'm sure it'll be fine in the sauce.
Hopefully. Give that a sniff.
It smells nice. It smells like
Yep.
sauce.
Has bunched up in the top a bit, so we'll see how that goes, but yeah, that's all good. That's coming out nice and easily.
Be careful, because...
It's a very pulpy looking sauce.
Yeah, seems that way. You used over half there.
Yep. Well, again, this is 110 ml, so actually I don't think I have quite used over half. I've used about
less than half, I see.
But, you know, the neck's thinner than the body of it, so it's hard to judge sometimes.
Ooh.
Now, I'll put that over there with the Viper sauce.
Yeah. It's cool. There's a big contrast in the colour of it.
Yeah.
One's
This is
like
going to be a
fire red.
very different version of the chili, I think.
One's a fire red, one's like a, not a leaf green, but like a deciduous tree green. I'd say.
Maybe an autumn green.
Yeah.
Autumn leaf green, the new Pokemon. Just get the last of the sauce out. Sorry about using my fingers there.
Oh my god. You fingered the sauce.
Right, so there's your look inside, everybody. There's yours.
Ooh.
And there is in fact some red chili in here, so perhaps the Viper isn't green in this sauce.
Maybe not.
Regardless, let's see how it goes.
I mean, it looks less like drenched in it at least. So
I think it's just the colour though.
yeah.
That is unique.
Nice earthy texture.
Earthy taste to it.
Taste, I meant taste.
I mean, it tastes almost like there's ginger in here. I'll have to let you know if there actually is or not. I can pick up on the pickle, but it's not overbearing. And that is something that I would like in my tuna pasta salads, tuna bakes, with various cheesy things as well. Maybe chicken, maybe burgers. This is a very nice sauce. But
not very spicy so far.
Not what you expected, or?
It's not very spicy.
It's got some heat to it, but not nearly as much as the last one.
Yeah.
But then again, it's not as pure chili, is it? It's got other things going on.
That makes sense.
Drenched final one for me.
There you go. All that's to do.
A lot of it didn't adhere, so we'll have to save that for a future date.
Yeah.
And you'd think this was the end of this video, but it's not. While I was putting it together, organising everything and making sure I'd got all the sauces for it, I got in touch with Chili Bob's on eBay to ask about the possibility of getting hold of Posh Pickles and Preserves' lemongrass relish, because that was absolutely gorgeous and I really missed it. Well, as it turns out, he made not just that, but a few other things that weren't really available online. Only available at his actual farm. So, if you ask him, he will send to you his Korean Viper sauce, made with very hot Naga, as he puts it. He doesn't state that it's Naga Viper anywhere, but he calls it Viper, it's made with Naga, and he won't outright say what chili it is, so...
Alright, interesting.
I suspect there's something going on there. What I do really like, though, is that normally he's got this sort of lime green here and then a pink top to his bottles. This one, however, the top is entirely viper skin patterned. And I looked it up to make sure that is the skin of the viper, not any other snake.
Yeah.
So we'll be back with that in just a second. So before we move on to Chili Bob's, the final sauce, I'd just like to get a heat and flavour rating from you on the chart.
Well, on that one, the flavour I'd say pretty high. I'd give it 8.5 flavour. It's hard to tell because it was a big decrease.
Yeah, I think it's 4 at most, probably more like a 3.5.
I'd probably give it the same, than like a 3 and 4.
It did have a definite heat to it at the end, but yeah, it wasn't anything like Jed's version.
No, nothing in the same realm.
Anyway, let's try this Korean Viper barbecue type sauce.
Yeah, the colour makes it just a bit barbecue sauce.
Yes, this has spring onion, red peppers, dark brown sugar, lime juice, gochujang, which is Korean chili paste.
Oh.
Gochu is Korean for chili. Jang, I guess, is the paste part.
Jam.
No, jang.
Is it jang jam?
I really doubt it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
jang paste.
rice wine, soy sauce, Naga chili, garlic, ginger. Now, the Naga is what we're thinking might be Naga Viper, but it's unconfirmed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very rich and savoury for a barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Barbecue isn't normally that savoury.
Interesting.
Oh, I've overfilled that. Oh well.
Came out fast. I mean, it is like a relatively non-viscous sauce. Fast. It's got a big
it's
end,
a fast.
so.
What was that you said?
It's just got a big end. I think you said.
I don't know, something about a BM.
Not too.
Hopefully not too much of that. Though, from what I understand, that's more of an American abbreviation than a British one.
Right.
So yeah, there you are, nice and covered. And that definitely smells like a very savoury version of a barbecue sauce.
Smell like interesting.
I've definitely had Korean things that tasted like that smells. But let's see how it goes.
So it goes indeed. Interesting, some bit of Korean stuff.
Very dark, lightly sweet. Can definitely taste the soy sauce in it.
Nice so far. Maybe a bit more in there though.
A little bit of molasses to it, but not too much.
I think it's good flavour. It's a pleasant eat so far as well.
Yeah, a little bit of bitterness, but nothing that really hurts it. It just sort of offsets this little bit of sweet. And there's a definite heat going in with this one.
I've not felt it yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, it's a slow and creeping one. A little bit of fruitiness too. Maybe the element that the Naga Viper has from the Scorpion, but I'm not really sure. You can taste the gochujang more than you can the Viper. If it is indeed the Viper. But it certainly doesn't taste like pure ghost pepper. So,
yeah.
I've enjoyed all of these.
So
Oh, I should put the bottle for that. Here we go. Put it up alongside the other two.
Yeah.
So in terms of taste of the chili, you're going to taste the chili far more in the Chili Pepper Company's Naga Viper sauce than in either of the other two. And frankly, I'm not getting the Viper a lot in this at all.
No.
If I'm getting anything from it, it's that fruity Trinidad Scorpion-like bit. It's not the main ghost pepper-like bit. It's not that little bit of green contrast that the chili normally has. So yeah, if you really want to taste the pepper, go for the Chili Pepper Companies.
Yeah.
But this is a great Korean-style barbecue sauce.
The barbecue sauce is really nice.
It's kind of like an English barbecue sauce, or an American one, but it's got a little less of the molasses, a little more of the dark richness comes from soy. It's got rich, very slightly bitter peppers to it to give it a bit more nuance. And just, generally, it's not as sweet. It's very nice.
Yeah, soy.
Very good.
No, but
Well,
it does taste like barbecue sauce, though, but it's just a bit different, like the Korean.
Well, the shot is very fresh, yet very earthy. Quite herbal in a sense. Would definitely go well with greens as well as with something that's a bit more proteinous. That one I liked a lot. It's unlike basically anything else I've had and well worth a try. They will ship just about anywhere in the world, so do look up Shart. But, you know, doesn't taste as much of the Viper as it could necessarily.
Yeah.
So yeah, would recommend all three, but definitely the order they're in right now is the heat order, with this probably the least.
Yeah.
And then the straight Naga Viper one at the most. Flavour-wise, what would you say you preferred?
It's hard choice, just because one point I have is that whilst I thought that the Naga Viper was the most painful, and the other two were a lot more pleasant to eat, I liked a lot the flavour of the pure chili in that one, and I miss the other two missing that. So based purely on the fact that we're doing a chili YouTube video, I'm going to say that I like the Naga Viper the most. But I'd say if you're going for just a flavour of a sauce, I'd probably say the middle one.
Right. So you're kind of echoing what I've said already, is that if you really want to taste the chili, go with the one that's pure chili.
Definitely.
Otherwise, yeah, Shart's probably.
Shart's probably the tastiest. If I was going to the supermarket and was going to buy one of those three, I think I'd want to buy the Naga Viper because I liked the chili flavour. But like how nice it would be to use on a daily basis when you put on stuff, you're just like,
I mean, you add a few drops of that.
I mean, obviously we did a lot to ours.
Yeah, we did a lot.
So so on that basis, then I'll probably just one of those two.
Honestly,
not as bad. It's just not as good.
If they had any of these in a supermarket, I'd be perfectly happy with it. Which one I'd go for depends on the day. If I'm making wings, or if I'm making something like that, or if I'm making a con carne, every time it's going to be the straight Naga Viper one from the Chili Pepper Company. If I'm making something like a tuna pasta bake, or a tuna salad, or something with fish in it, or just something with a fresh veg element,
Sharts.
then 100% the Shart.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm marinating a darker meat rather than chicken, then I'm going to want the more barbecue one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Korean Viper.
So yeah, so they're good for in their own like little niches.
Yeah, every single one of them has its own use, and it's hard to really compare.
Yeah.
I think we've rambled enough, so I'm going to enjoy the very last of this lassie off camera, and then we're going to leave it there.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you around.